Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading for August 28th to September 3rd. This is for Leo, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides. I'll bring a lot more clarity to get more specific and detailed with your reading. Leo, I do this because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, Leo, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Leo, now that we've gotten the introduction out of the way, let's talk about what's going on for you this week. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a week. Y'all have been doing some pretty big deep dives, all right? And there's a lot of stuff that I want you to know that you can look forward to pretty soon, all right? So first things first, on the 27th, over the weekend, the sun was opposed Saturn, okay? So remember, this is just the peak of this aspect. You will definitely feel it for the first few days of the week, okay? It's a challenging aspect. It's all about restrictions. It's going to most likely, for most Leos, especially if you are Leo rising, have to do something with money, okay? It will likely have to do with something with money. And the only reason I say that is because the sun is in Virgo. That is your second house of salary, and that's opposing Saturn, which is in Pisces, which is your 8th house, okay? Which is investments, inheritance, bonuses, commissions, even your partner's income, okay? And so some of y'all may feel some pressure around this day. Some of you may feel a little bit of just like around what's going on. But here's the thing. I want to remind you that Saturn, even though it is a malefic planet, even though it is the taskmaster planet, the planet of hard knocks, Saturn is, and you know, the planet of responsibility, Saturn rewards you at the end of it all, okay? So it's testing you. Saturn is the testing planet. I've been saying, imagine Saturn throwing a pie in your face. What are you gonna do, right? How are you gonna react? It's testing you. It's testing you. What do I do in these situations? How do I overcome these situations? How do I take action in these situations with my gratitude high, being in touch with my higher self, knowing that that is just like water off a duck's back. All right, so keep that in mind. Remember I said Mars is going into Libra, okay? So, well, I said that last week, and I said that, you know, Mars is in detriment in Libra. So Mars enters Libra this week on Monday, and this is, you know, it's not a bad thing per se, but you have to remember Mars, the planet of, you know, drive and action, ambition, is a ruling planet for Aries. Where did Aries come from? The god of war, okay? What's Libra? All about peace. So do the math, all right? And that's why, you know, Mars in Libra, Mars doesn't really like being in Libra, but at the same time, you can make it work for you, all right? It's really, you know, what's happening for you, Leo, it's in your 3rd house. So you may be laser focused on communicating the things that you need. You may be laser focused in terms of communication. It could be even like, maybe a press release, maybe a marketing plan, maybe even some like creative stuff, creative writing, something that has to do with writing. There could also be activity with siblings, aunts, cousins, even neighbors, all right? Even neighbors. And some short distance travel. You could be thinking about planning that now, or going on some trips, okay? And this is up until October. Now, the reason, well, first things first, with Mars and Libra, this is, again, it's not really testing, but it's just like, hey, find that balance, right? Libra is all about balance. Find that balance when you are really, you know, if there are some moments that come up really aggressively, just be very graceful, be very, kind of like the peacemaker in the situation, okay? So definitely take action. Definitely put, you know, all your chips in the basket, or whatever that phrase is. I know I literally just made that up. But the reason why is because Mars is going to be in Libra until October, and it's really leading up to that eclipse that we have in Libra on October 15th. Why am I doing this with my hand? I don't know, but this is just to give you a little bit of insight. Remember how I said Saturn is sort of like testing you throughout life. This is the same thing with Mars and Libra. It almost feels testly, like the things that may be a little that I'm laser focused on. Let me find that balance in it, okay? Let me find that balance and, you know, do it in this peaceful, you know, way where it's even just like being very diplomatic if something comes up in terms of communication. Again, could be something that happened, like something fiery happens with like a sibling, and you just have to like grin and bear it and be the better person in the situation. Now on the 28th, Uranus is going retrograde, so we know at this point pretty like that's all planets retrograde except for Mars. Okay, the good news is that next week Venus starts waking up. Venus goes direct. Venus is waking up from her beauty nap, and Venus is in your sign. So, woo, this is going to be great for you. Okay, so September still, you know, obviously next, you know, I'll do your September reading next week. It's going to be very different from August. And I'm not going to lie, I think that a lot of y'all are going to appreciate it. Now, the big thing that's happening for y'all, Leos, is for every sign is this full moon that we have coming up in Pisces on Wednesday, okay? Again, this is going to be an interesting full moon. It can be a little bit confusing because Neptune is going to be opposing Mercury and Mars around this time. But also, remember, the Sun is still opposing Saturn. It's just, again, it could be a revelatory time for you, okay? At this point in the timeline, after all these retrogrades, after Venus being retrograde in your sign for what feels like forever, you should have a really good grip of what you want, the breakthroughs that you want, okay? And you're going to have a lot more of that. You're going to have a lot more time to think about that in September. And there are definitely going to be a lot of y'all did go through breakthroughs or breakups or shakeups or wake-up calls. That was what I've said since the beginning of August. That's what August was, okay? And so, yeah, a lot of y'all had a lot of moments of transformation. I'm not going to lie. And you're about to go through one of the biggest transformations of this year. All right. This is a really big time for you. This full moon in Pisces. Again, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, and this full moon in Pisces in your 8th house of death and rebirth. Transformation. But also, again, other people's resources, money, income, or investments, inheritance, bonuses, commissions, even like, you know, debts, paying off debts at this time. There could be a lot of things that's related to, you know, resources and money, especially investments, like thinking about investments is probably a big thing that y'all are thinking about, whether it's personal, whether it's for your business, whether it's for your kids, but even still, there's going to be a lot of that involved. So with that said, Leo, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for August 28th to September 3rd. Again, this is for Leo Sun and Leo Rising. If you know your birth chart, you're welcome to read for your moon, your Venus. I would definitely recommend reading for your moon and Venus because Venus is in your sign. And we have this big, major, quite emotional full moon in Pisces, okay? A very, like, going deeply introspective. It really is going to be one of those full moons, a blue moon, by the way, it's the second full moon that we've had for August. So let's go ahead and get started, Leo. Let's see what's going on for you for August 28th to September 3rd. So Leo, like I said earlier, I do a traditional culture cross spread. It really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. And because it is a full moon in Pisces, I will pull a bunch of clarifiers for you. Okay? So the other thing is, Leo, thank you for being here. Y'all are amazing. You know, you're the ones who put the smile on my face. You shine. You know that. I say that all the time. Leos, y'all shine. All right. And you're coming out of birthday season, too. You got a lot of big goals and ambitions. You're fine. You're good. There's going to be a little like, because of the sun opposing Saturn, but you're going to be fine, okay? Now, let's get started. You got the Three of Pentacles. It's clear as day. A lot of y'all have gotten new jobs. It's that's the biggest message coming through for me. A lot of y'all have gotten new jobs. A lot of y'all have started working in some new sort of capacity with other people, okay? Now, if you haven't, it's some sort of project that you've launched, something that you've close to you, dear to you, something that you're just like, whoa, after that new moon in Leo, that happened with new beginnings in my sign, last week, or was it last week? It was last week, week before. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, there's a lot of this sense of renewal, and there's a lot of sense of you wanting to get into action, starting new things, new projects. Again, remember what I said earlier, that Mars is in Libra in your third house, and you just got the Three of Pentacles. So if you think about three is all about creation. It's all about, did I say earlier I was getting this energy of like this rebirth, like renewal energy with Leos? That's what's really happening here. Now, I love that this came up in your past because it is showing a sense of like teamwork makes the dream work. Let's get this done. Let's get this going. But it's also, again, if you're not here for that, if you haven't started a new job or want to start something where other people are involved, where other people can bring you that success, it really is you, okay, wanting to kickstart something new. And again, for a lot of Leo, something new has happened. All right, we had that new moon in your sign, so it's brought us to the Seven of Wands in the heart of your spread. All right, this card is all about valor, okay? I want you to know that. I know it looks a little like, yeah, he's defendy. He's very defendy and offensy, okay? Because he is on the top of the slope. It's a slippery slope. But I'm going to show you something here. You see he's wearing two different shoes? So it's almost like something came out of the blue. He heard these people coming after him while he was like having, this wonderful dream while he was sleeping. And he's like, oh crap. All right, I gotta now defend myself. So he just kind of like in the middle of the night threw on whatever. And now he's like defending everything that he's worked hard for. And here's the thing. The Seven of Wands comes after the Six of Wands, okay? It is the card of victory and success. Okay, so when you have that victory and success, some people get jealous. Some people may, want what you have. All right, and this card is attributed to Leo, so it is a Leo card. Now, this is all about standing your ground. So it's in the heart of your spread this week. This is not letting anyone take away anything that you've worked hard for. This is really drawing a line in the sand. This is all about valor and courage, all right? But valor is, and when you think about the word valor, let me tell you something, Leo. If you take the etymological root of valor, if we go to Old French, it's valour, okay? So it hasn't changed much, but it's always meant like worth and value, okay? Remember, Venus is in your sign and it's retrograde, so you're thinking about that too. You've been thinking about that, like I'm worth a lot more than this, or my sense of self-worth has gone up, or I really value I'm thinking about the things I value in my life. But again, it's really having that heart right now to again, defend everything that you've worked hard for, even your ideas. Again, that may be a big thing, okay? Even the ideas that you have. And then also, if there is something like, a sibling that, or aunt, uncle, or even a neighbor who is kind of like, maybe even like in a fun family way or a fun neighbor way, just trying to get your goat, it's still like, hey, drawing a line in the sand here. Don't. You did get the Five of Wands too. Okay, so this is really great. Well, it came in your challenge area. So the reason why I say it's great is because 5 is a challenge card and it is a card of conflict, but it's the least severe. And so when this comes up in your challenge area, challenging that your 7 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, it's saying that whatever that's happening, the challenges that you may go through this week, literally like not a big deal at all. Okay, it's gonna be child's play. It's gonna be not worth your time. Okay, so don't let anyone get your goat. Do people still say that? I don't. So I'm going to show you something here. You can see it's literally, it's just kids swinging their wands in the air. So really just kind of like egos at play. I want to also address one other thing with this, your spread here. There may be a chance where you get flared up, where like people, like you're the bear and people are poking you, okay? And you could get a little like, right? Don't. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be good. You're gonna look at your feet. Come on. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be great. Okay. You're gonna be great. There's also a sense of message that some Leos, it might be you. Okay. So again, it could be you where your ego gets to a point where it's just, you know, we're gonna need a needle to pop that ego balloon, right? But it's really it's so like on a scale from 1 to 10, it's gonna be like a 1 or a 2. But I'm just letting you know. I'm just reading the cards for you here. But it is something that some Leos may experience. Again, possibly with that pressure from the sun opposing Saturn, it could make you like, and you could get really like iron fist about things. But remember, Mars in Libra is also war and peace, like psh, psh, psh. So remember to just be balanced, have that gratitude. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be fine. You got the 2 of Wands, okay? So you got the 2 of Wands in your crown. I really like this for you. You're definitely planning things, okay? You're planning steps. You're planning next steps. And I like the fact that you got the 2 of Wands in your crown. That was... Let me turn off the volume. Sorry. I like the fact that you got the 2 of Wands in your crown because with all these retrogrades, it's not really a good time this week to launch anything, to like go forth with anything, but just plan, okay? Plan, just like he's doing here, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, you also got the Hierophant, which I really love, okay? Love the fact that you got the Hierophant. Looking at what's going on here, you got all Pentacles and Wands, and then you got the Hierophant, okay? So, yes, career and money is going to be a big thing for you, okay? This week, it may be the biggest thing that's on your mind, okay? Career or money in some aspect of money or finances, all right, or investments. The interesting thing is the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus, and if you can remember, Jupiter in Taurus is in your 10th house of career. So there's a lot of activity with career that's going on. But here's the thing. The Hierophant is the male equivalent of the High Priestess. And so what's really interesting here, Leo, is last week, do you remember your reading? You had the High Priestess in the root of your spread. And now you have the High Priest. Okay? And so what this is saying is that you've probably had, like I said, those moments. You've really been like doing that deep digging, that deep diving. Really, that introspective energy has been really strong, really going deep. And now it's like coming outward in a sense. Like you really blazing forward with this spirit, like just you're on your spiritual journey, okay? But also being very influential, all right? Being very influential. It's like people are, Leos are, are an authority, right? You are the lions, you roar, people hear you, okay? And so there's a really big, nice sense of you just kind of being in your element this week. I really like that for you. The Hierophant is the connector between like the divine, right, and our physical world. All right. You can see the 2 monks here as well. It's the the Hierophant is the first card in the major arcana where other people appear other than the main figure, and he's got that deep sacred wisdom and knowledge, and when you have that, you spread it to others. Okay, look, he's spreading it to these guys, and he's, look, who else wears a triple crown? Come on, you're good. There's a lot of, like, again, that deep soul searching, deep diving that you will be doing this week. It could happen very organically for those who need it. I would take that time to do it. It's going to be very helpful. It's going to bring a lot of wisdom into your life. Now, you did get the Queen of Pentacles in your future, okay? So you're going to be fine. You're going to be good when it comes to money, all right? Queen of Pentacles is the richest queen. The richest queen here. I absolutely love that for you. What's also really interesting is that, remember I said Mercury is in Virgo. Mercury's retrograde in Virgo, but this is all leading up to, remember, that new moon in Virgo, right? And this is not only, it's a second house for you. So it's not only money, salary, your salary, finances. Second house is also self-worth and self-value. Okay? So there's a big sense of that here, that's happening here, that's aligning with what's happening astrologically. Now, if you want to go really deep, the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. Okay, you can see the sea goat in her throne there, the sign of the Capricorn. And the reason I bring that up is because that's in your sixth house right now, and and Virgo is the native ruler of the sixth house. So it is like everyday activities and routines, but also work and labor and colleagues and whatnot. And so you're going to be coming out on top. There's a maternal energy with the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like almost like what's fueling you here is really also like not having to worry about money, not having to worry about, finance, just building this world, this perfect world for yourself and all the others that you see fit in it. All right. So as I promised, I am going to pull some clarifiers for you here. You got Temperance and you got the High Priestess. You're going to be fine. Remember what I said about Mars and Libra, finding that balance, that perfect balance, really being like diplomatic and not like, you're like, there you go. Temperance, all about that. This is all about that. Okay, so much balance in this card. You have an archangel in you have an archangel and the guardian of the subconscious in your future. I mean, you're going to be fine. So it really is getting to a place where you are aware of the world that you want to build for yourself, moving toward that place where you are going to have the resources to not only take care of yourself, but everyone within your kingdom, right? Your family. And so that's going to bring this sense of balance for you. It's almost like that could be the thing that's like where you feel a little off balance right now. And if you're not, and if it's not for your, like, if you are like an entrepreneur or CEO for your business, okay, that the money that you need to run your business or whatnot, but it really is, pay attention to that balance energy. Know what you need to bring that balance. Like, where are you putting too much effort in? Where is that energy that is being wasted? Like, find that balance, okay? Find that balance, and you got the High Priestess, and it's going to really center you. I mean, you got the pair, okay? You got the pair. You got the High Priestess and the High Priest. You're good. Leo, you're good. Very spiritual. Again, that deep dive, okay? That introspective, like, really tapping within intuitively. I mean, like, really good. Again and again, she, like I said, is a guardian of the subconscious. The subconscious is where all our fears and anxieties and all those low energy frequencies live there. And so it's like you're gonna be fine. You won't have to sweat it. Is a phrase that nobody says anymore? I don't know. I don't know what decade it is. But there is really put effort into that, going within. I don't think it's going to be hard for you with all these retrogrades. It's what people do during retrogrades anyway, especially a week where the entire solar system is taking naps other than Mars, but you're going to be fine. Now, let's get to your stuff. Leo, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Oh my gosh, tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on with y'all. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you, so I really do appreciate it. I am truly grateful. So thank you so much. All right. Yeah, you were definitely... you're good. You're good. You got the moon. Interestingly enough, this is a full moon, as you can see. And in tarot, the moon is ruled by Pisces. This week, we have a full moon in Pisces. Now, when this card is showing up, as it is saying that there is possibly a little bit of fear and anxiety that you could be going through. Again, around money could be a big thing. It could be a very big thing for y'all, especially because, again, what did I say? The moon ruled by Pisces, and then we have a full moon in Pisces in your 8th house. But if that's not even a thing for you, it just could be about next steps. Because remember, I said the 8th house is also death and rebirth, transformation. Okay, you could be going through this big transformative change in your life. Okay, and I'm not talking about like speaking of what decade am I living in. Remember like those 80s that Wonder Woman show when she would spin and she would do that spin and then suddenly turn into Wonder Woman? This is a more like longer transformation. It's not like a 2-second I'm Diana Carter, 2 seconds later I'm Wonder Woman. Like, this is it's a process. Okay, it's a process. It's a big process. And actually, whoa, my gosh, if you think about it, you did get the death card in your final outcome in your last reading, so you are going through this transformation. But it's just saying, really go within. If you need to face any fears or anxieties, do that. And in order to do that, ask the big questions. If there is something that you are just like, whoa, I may be a little bit afraid of this, ask yourself why. This is the perfect time with all these retrogrades, with the full moon in Pisces, which brings closure. This is the time. This is it. This is the best time to just like kick it to the curb so you can move forward. Okay, so really love that for you. But the moon really does represent intuition. So once again, you got another card that says go within. You have a very spiritual, like, go within. Okay, trust yourself. Now, you just got justice. Hello. You're gonna be fine. Justice has a lot of karmic energy attached to this card. It's true what they say, actions have consequences, right? This is what it is, okay? So take action. Now, I also want to remind you that actions have consequences, but equally so, inaction have consequences too. Take action for the things that you need and the things that you want and the things that you want to leave behind. All right, take that action. Justice will be served. It came in your external factors area. All right, so keep that in mind. That's going to be a big thing for you. And again, justice actually ruled by Libra. All right, so remember that peace, that harmony, that fair-mindedness. But Mars in Libra in your 3rd house, communication, the way you communicate, writing projects, even like marketing plans, but it really is just communication is a big thing for you. Also, it is going to bring that balance. It is going to, remember, you got temperance in your future here. Now you got justice here. Okay, you see actually the scale in the judge's hand. Balance. If you are asking yourself right now, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing in terms of, you know, things that have been happening in my life? The answer is inside you, okay? You just have to, you have to go within, all right? But this is saying you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. Judge is always on your side here, okay? In your external factors area. So this could also, for a lot of y'all, be legal matters as well, especially with Saturn and Neptune and the full moon in Pisces in your 8th house. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Inheritance, investments, legal matters could be a thing. Could definitely be a thing here. Now you also got the King of Cups. You just want to be emotionally stable. I get it. That's cool. You're fine. You're good. Go deep. Go deep. Okay. King of Cups is Scorpio. Okay. Now Scorpio is the native ruler of the 8th house. You have a lot of activity there. Death and rebirth, transformation. But this is just saying, not only do you want to be at a place where you're on top of your emotions, you don't want to be all over the place anymore. The King of Cups, the most intuitive king, to a freakishly psychic level. I mean, so you got 1, 2, 3. I mean, you've got 4 cards of like intuition. Like, really, do you see what the universe is trying to tell you this week? Go within, okay? Lastly, you got the 10 of Swords. So it looks like there is all this potential if you go within. If you face any of those low energy frequencies that you know you have to face, really squash them now. You're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be in a place where things are happening for you. It could be moving at a snail's pace because of all these retrogrades, but they're still moving for you, right? They're still moving for you. But this is all about 10 is the end of the suit. So 1-0, right? 1. So new beginning comes after this. This is actually the card of new dawn. The sun is, those dark clouds are clearing for the sun to come through. So anything that you've been going through, anything that's been stressing you out, anything that has been causing any of these like low frequency energies, as long as you learn from all of that and overcome it, you'll never have to go through that experience again. In fact, the young man here, completely impaled. Look at his hand, the hand gesture. It's the same as the Hierophant, all right? So it really is like blessings here, but blessings as long as you learn from everything, any challenges that you've been going through, just so you don't have to repeat them. Remember, karma is a big thing here, okay? And you don't want to, so you always want to be working with your karma. Karma's like a living thing, okay? It's not static. You're constantly working with it to have that justice in your life. But yeah. So remember what I said. 10 is the end. 1-0 equals 1, new beginning. Well, you just got the new magician. Did I just say the new magician? I guess it could be a new magician, but you got the magician, okay? And your final outcome. So yes, you are on the road for this new journey. The magician kicking off the hero's journey, the fool's journey, the hero's journey, your journey. You're good. All of this coming to the end. You're good. You're good. You're absolutely good, Leo. I want you to know, I want you to actually like think about where you want to direct your energy, because the magician, he does have the power to manifest whatever he wants, right? He's got the symbol of infinity over his head, infinite possibilities. He's got all tools of tarot at his disposal. You see them on the table there, the cups, the wands, the swords, the pentacles. Where do you want to direct that energy? All right. Now, the other thing is, speaking of hands, I want you to look at this. I want you to look at his hand. Okay. Look at the hand. Look at the hand pointed to the ground. That's the one I want you to pay attention to. Okay. Because you know what your dreams are. You know what your goals are. You have an idea at least, right? Bring them into your reality now. Okay. Remember, this card is a card of action. Big action. And interestingly, he's the planet Mercury is attributed to the magician, Remember, that is your second house. So a lot of y'all are going to say money or think money, but also self-worth, like confidence and self-value, valuing yourself. But I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. You're going to be 1000% fine. You're going to be 1000% fine. In fact, actually, the Magician and Justice, if we're comparing cards here, they both have kind of that similar, hand to the sky, hand to the ground thing happening. But even with the Magician, also, one thing I'm going to point out about the Magician, I did say it is a card of action. So remember what I said here. Take action, and inaction have consequences too. So it's really taking action at this point toward the things that you want. Okay, and again, it's not gonna happen. We're not in a Wonder Woman from a 1980s like TV show situation. It's happening behind the scenes, and the Mercury and all these other planets that are retrograde are kind of like slowing things, like making things go slow, but they're happening. They're still happening. And then Venus goes direct next week. That's a relief. Okay, so that's really great. But in any case, you're good. Just if something comes up this week where it is like conflicty, just know it is absolutely not worth your time. Look at what you have to look forward to. All right, Leo. So that said, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you'd like, subscribe, leave comments. If you're a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. And next week, you know that I do your September forecast. It is actually, I won't spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's a very different month than August. It's a very different month from August. Let's just say that. All right, Leo, thanks so much for being here. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.